I'll let you speak, man. Y'all listen to what he has to say because he's amazing, and we're blessed to have him here because I don't know how much it's gonna cost to book him in a couple years. So just glad that we're able to have him now. So man, Christion, I'm gonna let you have it, brother.
Thank you so much, Trey. Hey, thank y'all so much, everybody, for coming out. I'm so blessed with the opportunity to be here, to see the people in the city of Memphis come together. We got cheerleaders here. We got the Lamar basketball team here. We got authors here. We got game trucks and vendors. This is an amazing event. And this is the type of event I believe that can help change the city. This is the type of event that I believe can bring together our generation. I remember so many times in my life, I didn't know what was important. I didn't know the man I wanted to be for my life. I didn't know who I needed to be for my life. And I went through so many dark times and so many trials and tribulations, and I had to realize that you don't have a limit on your life. I remember I was in my dorm room. I just got done playing football. My scholarship, I had a full scholarship at Lane College. And I remember I had a meeting with my coach. And after the meeting, my coach told me, he said, man, if you don't want to play football no more, just go home. You was hurt all year. Your career is pretty much over. You can just go home. And I remember before I went into that meeting, I said, man, I hope my coach encouraged me to stay because I wanted to just stay and play one more year just so I could finish out with my guys. But I remember the meeting he was just like, just go home. And I remember going back to my dorm room and I was praying. And I just asked God, who do I need to be? What can I be for my life? How can I make a difference? How can I make a change? And I'll never forget, when I was in that room, God said, I just felt him. He said, go back home and I'm going to lead you. He said, go back home and I'm going to lead you, and I promise you, you're going to be okay. Go back home, and you're going to do great things. And I'll never forget, I went back home at the University of Memphis, and I started my own business. And I went to the University of Memphis. I ended up graduating with a 3.5 GPA. And I just remember I was praying. I was like, God, I know you got great things for my life, but what should I do? Who am I going to be? And I'll never forget, one of my friends that kept encouraging me and said, man, you a leader. Man, you got to go back and speak. You got to go back and help your community. You got to go back and do great things. But because I promise you, you can be anything you want to be. And I remember my friend spoke this into me. And now 2 Corinthians 5:7 say we walk by faith, not by sight. So you can't believe what you see. You got to live by faith. You got to live by a higher power. You got to live with the authority that's inside you. And I had to live by my faith. I had to live by the faith that my mama put in me, that my family had in me. I couldn't live by sight because I was losing, because I was in a bad situation, because things weren't going my way. I had to live by faith. And that's why I am here today to tell you right now, take the limits off your life. I promise you, man, the speaker that came before me, she says you could be anything if you just stay in your lane, if you just believe in yourself. Man, take the limits off your life. Everybody, I promise you, the gift God has for you is for you. Everything that you got for your life, it's inside you. You ain't got to go nowhere else to get it. When you take the limits off your life, that means that you believe that you can do anything and be anything, that God is calling you for a greater and higher purpose. When you take the limits off your life, that means when your community got your back, when your family got your back, it don't matter what nobody say about you. It's only about who you can be. When you take the limits off your life, it's something that's going to happen in your life that's going to shift your trajectory to go from losing to winning. It's going to go from losing to blessing. It's going to go from losing to you can accomplish anything. I'm just a kid from Memphis. I'm a kid where they say you're not supposed to see a young man supposed to be in the streets, a young man getting in trouble, a young man in a life of crime. They say a kid like me not supposed to make it to see 18, see 21. But I got my college degree. I started my own business. And I'll never forget, y'all, when I started my own business, I didn't know why I was starting my business. But I'll never forget the day when it first hit me, when I started my own business. I was down at the homeless shelter volunteering. I seen my cousin at the homeless shelter. And I said, cuz, what are you doing here? My cousin said, man, I just been down bad. It just been rough times. And I said, cousin, I got a job for you. Come work with me. I work downtown with my business. Every weekend I work downtown. It ain't gonna be a lot of money, but I'm gonna put some extra change in your pocket. You're gonna get back on your feet. My cousin wasn't trying to hear it. Just wasn't trying to hear it, wasn't trying to do it. So then it was a homeless